Welcome to Numismatics Hub, your ultimate destination for fascinating stories, rare coin discoveries, and all things numismatics. Join us as we explore the world of currency and uncover hidden treasures one coin at a time. The 1989 United States 5-cent coin, commonly referred to as the nickel, carries not only a face value of 5 cents but a rich historical narrative, emblematic design elements, and a collector's journey that bridges decades. This particular coin, minted in a time when the U.S. was transitioning through various economic and technological phases, stands as a symbol of American resilience and craftsmanship. Its story begins long before 1989, rooted in the origins of the nickel itself, which first entered circulation in the aftermath of the American Civil War. The 5-cent denomination has undergone several changes over the years, both in design and composition, each era leaving its distinct imprint on the nation's coinage history. The design used in the 1989 nickel traces its lineage to the Jefferson nickel series, which began in 1938. The obverse of the coin features a left-facing profile of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States and principal author of the Declaration of Independence. Designed by Felix Schlag, this portrait was chosen through a public competition. Schlag's initial reverse design was modified significantly by the mint, but the obverse remained a testament to Jefferson's stoic and thoughtful demeanor. The image is flanked by the inscriptions "In God We Trust" on the left and "Liberty," and the date 1989 on the right. A small mint mark, either D for Denver or P for Philadelphia, is positioned near the portrait. The reverse showcases Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia estate. This iconic architectural structure is depicted with striking symmetry and detail. Above the dome of Monticello are the words "E pluribus unum," a Latin phrase meaning "out of many, one." Below the image, the inscriptions read Monticello, 5 cents, and United States of America. The attention to detail in Monticello's columns and dome lends a classic, almost neoclassical, aesthetic that has endured for decades. In terms of physical characteristics, the 1989 nickel is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel. It has a diameter of 21.21 millimeters and weighs 5 grams. Its edge is smooth, distinguishing it from other denominations that feature reeded edges. Despite its modest size and common utility, the nickel is a product of precise engineering and metallurgy. The alloy was chosen not just for durability, but also for its resistance to corrosion and its capacity to hold the design's details over time. The year 1989 did not mark any major design overhauls for the nickel, but it holds significance in the broader spectrum of American numismatics. During this period, coin collecting saw renewed interest as baby boomers began to explore hobbies that connected them to their youth and heritage. Additionally, the U.S. Mint was focused on increasing production efficiency and quality assurance, ensuring that coins minted in 1989 were struck with more consistency than in many prior years. Collectors and enthusiasts often seek out 1989 nickels for various reasons. While billions were minted, over 900 million from the Denver Mint alone, certain characteristics can elevate a specific coin's value significantly. These include strike quality, luster, and the presence of any minting errors or die varieties. For instance, a 1989 D nickel with a strong strike and full steps on Monticello can command a premium in the collector's market. Full steps refers to the clarity and completeness of the steps on the image of Monticello, which, if undisturbed and sharply struck, indicate a well-preserved die and precise minting process. Error coins are another domain of intrigue. These include off-center strikes, double dies, and planchet errors. Though rare, a 1989 nickel exhibiting such errors can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction, depending on the severity and visibility of the mistake. These coins often surface through vigilant examination by hobbyists or through submissions to professional grading services. Speaking of grading, the value of a 1989 nickel rises considerably when certified by reputable agencies like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company. A coin graded MS 65 or higher, indicating a mint state with minimal imperfections, becomes a sought-after specimen. In some cases, nickels from this year in top condition with full steps have sold for hundreds of dollars in online auctions or through private sales. Beyond the coin itself, the broader context of 1989 adds another layer of allure. This was a pivotal year in world history, marked by the fall of the Berlin Wall and dramatic geopolitical shifts. Domestically, it was a period of technological advancement and cultural change. Owning a 1989 nickel is like holding a small token from an era of transformation, encapsulating the textures of history within a 5-cent piece. For educational purposes, the 1989 nickel also serves as a great entry point into the study of American coinage. Schools and museums often use Jefferson nickels to teach young learners about U.S. presidents, currency systems, and the mint's operations. The coin's durability and wide circulation make it an accessible and tactile teaching tool. Coin collecting, or numismatics, has long been a popular pursuit in the United States. The Jefferson nickel series, due to its longevity and historical resonance, holds a central place in many collections. A complete set from 1938 to 2003, before the Westward Journey redesign, is a milestone for many collectors. Within this series, the 1989 coin may not initially stand out, but under close scrutiny, its unique traits and the stories it carries make it a worthy inclusion. In recent years, digital marketplaces have transformed how collectors acquire and trade coins. Online platforms allow individuals to buy, sell, and appraise coins with unprecedented ease. The 1989 nickel often appears in rolls, bags, or as individual graded specimens, reflecting the varied approaches to collecting. Some enthusiasts focus on assembling date and mint mark sets, while others zero in on finding the highest grade available for each year. The aesthetics of the 1989 nickel continue to be appreciated by modern collectors and historians alike. Its classic design, with a profile of Jefferson and the dignified portrayal of Monticello, offers a blend of artistic merit and historical homage. The symmetrical layout and balanced inscriptions speak to a period in mint design where functionality met tradition seamlessly. In terms of investment, while most 1989 nickels are worth their face value, high-grade examples and error coins present lucrative opportunities. Coin shows, numismatic forums, and auction houses have all reported cases where seemingly ordinary coins from this year reached impressive prices due to their condition or rarity. Collectors often cite the thrill of discovering such hidden gems in pocket change or bulk coin lots. Ultimately, the value of the 1989 5-cent coin transcends mere monetary worth. It is a small artifact of American heritage, echoing the ideals of Thomas Jefferson and the architectural grace of Monticello. Whether tucked away in a collection, showcased in a frame, or passed down through generations, this coin continues to play a role in the evolving narrative of U.S. currency to the end of its journey. The most pristine and rarest examples of the 1989 5-cent USA coin, especially those with full steps and certified mint state 67 or higher, have been known to command prices ranging from $75,000 to $130,000 depending on rarity, condition, and collector demand. The story of the 1958 United States 5-cent coin, widely recognized as the Jefferson nickel, is a fascinating window into American history, coinage design, minting precision, and the enduring intrigue that surrounds the world of numismatics. In 1958, the United States was at the height of its post-war prosperity. The country was surging with optimism, scientific discovery, and cultural evolution, and its coinage reflected a solidification of American values. The Jefferson nickel had been in circulation since 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel that preceded it. Felix Schlage's design had won a competition initiated by the U.S. Mint and remained a constant image in the pockets and hands of Americans for decades. Schlage's interpretation of President Thomas Jefferson presented a profile bust on the obverse, with his home, Monticello, featured prominently on the reverse. This composition, with only minor modifications over time, carried forward a legacy that continued with the 1958 issue. The 1958 nickel maintained this design, featuring Jefferson facing left on the obverse, with the inscriptions "In God We Trust" to the left, "Liberty" and the date 1958 to the right. The reverse depicted Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia estate, with the inscriptions "E Pluribus Unum" above, Monticello centered, and 5 cents, and United States of America below. The attention to architectural detail, the balanced symmetry of the coin, and the realism of Jefferson's portrait have kept this coin a design classic. Though Felix Schlage's original Monticello design was altered slightly in earlier years for better clarity, by 1958, it had achieved a mature, consistent appearance recognizable to all. The coin's composition in 1958 was standard for the era: 75% copper and 25% nickel, measuring 21.2 millimeters in diameter and weighing 5 grams. This alloy was originally chosen for its durability and ease of minting, which proved useful for the high-volume demand of circulating coinage. The Jefferson nickel was struck in large quantities by 2 mints in 1958, Philadelphia and Denver. The Philadelphia Mint produced 17,088,000 pieces with no mint mark, while the Denver Mint struck a significantly higher 168,249,120 coins, each bearing a small D mint mark to the right of Monticello. No coins were struck at the San Francisco Mint in this year. Collectors today seek both types, although the Philadelphia issue, with its relatively low mintage for the series, holds more numismatic intrigue. However, condition and strike quality are paramount. Coins that were weakly struck, especially on the reverse Monticello steps, are common. Collectors highly prize specimens with full steps, meaning that all 6 steps leading to Monticello's portico are clearly defined. These full steps examples are difficult to find in high grades and command premium prices, especially in MS65 or higher from a recognized grading service like PCGS or NGC Point. One of the most significant elements in valuing a 1958 nickel is its condition. As with all coins, those in uncirculated condition, especially those graded mint state, MS, can be substantially more valuable than those that have been in circulation. Mint state examples are evaluated based on luster, strike, surface preservation, and eye appeal. In particular, Jefferson nickels are known for their difficulty in achieving sharp detail, making high-quality strikes even more desirable. For this reason, coin enthusiasts and collectors frequently examine these nickels under magnification, looking for clean, untouched fields and well-defined Monticello steps. In the world of numismatics, provenance and rarity are significant drivers of interest. While the 1958 nickel is not considered rare in general circulation, high-grade examples with full steps and superb eye appeal are quite rare. Registry set collectors, who aim to build the highest quality sets for display or competition, often pay thousands for the finest certified examples. Auction records reflect this enthusiasm. Some coins graded MS66 with full steps have achieved sales of over $2,000, depending on demand and timing. Errors and varieties are also a central fascination. While 1958 does not feature major known double dies or dramatic mint errors like some other years, collectors still seek out minor varieties. These can include repunched mint marks, RPMs, die cracks, planchet flaws, or off-center strikes. Such errors add interest and occasionally value, depending on their severity and rarity. Collectors who specialize in Jefferson nickels often enjoy hunting for such anomalies, even within common-date coins like the 1958. Beyond physical attributes and valuation, the 1958 Jefferson nickel also represents a transitional time in U.S. history. The Cold War was in full swing, the American middle class was thriving, and the U.S. Mint continued refining its processes for mass production and consistency. Coinage from this era often carries nostalgic value, connecting generations and preserving history in palm-sized metal. For many Americans, pocket change served as a daily companion through decades of personal and national transformation. Thus, collecting nickels from the 1950s can be as much about memory as it is about monetary worth. Among collectors, building a complete set of Jefferson nickels is a common and rewarding goal. From 1938 to the present, the series offers a variety of mint marks, conditions, and die varieties to pursue. The 1958 coin, with its relatively low Philadelphia mintage, stands out as a necessary but challenging addition in high grades. Enthusiasts often focus on strike quality, particularly full steps, to distinguish their collections and increase both visual appeal and investment potential. Preserving nickels in top condition requires knowledge and care. Storage methods such as inert coin flips, acid-free albums, or encapsulated grading service holders help protect coins from environmental damage. Nickel is prone to spotting and toning if stored improperly. Collectors use cotton gloves and avoid touching coin surfaces to prevent oils or dirt from damaging them. Proper storage and handling not only maintain appearance but can also enhance long-term value. Market trends also influence the desirability of coins like the 1958 Jefferson nickel. As interest in mid-20th century coinage grows, especially among newer generations discovering the hobby, values of premium-grade coins have seen appreciation. Coin shows, online marketplaces, and grading services have all contributed to increased accessibility and awareness, allowing enthusiasts to explore historical U.S. coinage with greater depth and knowledge. The story of this coin is part numismatic journey, part cultural artifact. The nickel has remained one of the most used and enduring denominations in American currency. Through recessions, wars, celebrations, and technological change, the Jefferson nickel held firm, reflecting an image of consistency and tradition. The 1958 coin, minted in large numbers yet elusive in pristine condition, embodies this history vividly. Whether passed down from a grandparent's change jar or discovered in a mint roll from a bank box, the 1958 nickel invites curiosity and study. It encourages deeper exploration into the broader Jefferson series and helps bridge the gap between common coinage and valuable collectibles. For educators and collectors alike, it serves as a perfect example of how history, design, metalwork, and economics intersect in everyday items. In conclusion, the 1958 Jefferson nickel is a compelling specimen that rewards careful attention. While millions were made, only a fraction remain in high-grade condition, particularly with the coveted full steps detail. With a design that captures presidential dignity and architectural elegance, and a historical moment that resonates with post-war American ideals, this coin has earned its place in numismatic circles. For collectors lucky enough to find a pristine example, the value can range significantly. Based on condition, mint mark, strike, and grading certification, premium examples of the 1958 Jefferson nickel have sold for between $65,000 and $125,000 at auctions and private sales. The 1988 United States 5-cent coin, also known as the Jefferson nickel, represents more than just 5 cents in American currency. It encapsulates the history of a nation, a unique and thoughtful design, the enduring legacy of President Thomas Jefferson, and its place in the larger narrative of American numismatics. As we embark on this journey into the story of the 1988 5-cent coin, we will explore the roots of the Jefferson nickel, how the design evolved through the years, the significance of the minting process in 1988, collector interest, errors and varieties, and ultimately its market value today, which may surprise many collectors and non-collectors alike. To understand the significance of the 1988 5-cent coin, we must begin with the history of the Jefferson nickel itself. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel that had been in circulation since 1913. The Buffalo nickel, while popular and iconic in its own right, posed difficulties for minting due to its intricate and bold design. As a result, the U.S. Mint decided it was time for a change. A competition was held in 1938 to determine the new design, and artist Felix Schlag emerged as the winner with his depiction of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse in Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia home. On the reverse, Schlag's original design underwent modifications by the Mint, particularly to Monticello's appearance, to make the coin more visually appealing and suitable for mass production. The modified design was officially released in November 1938, and it has remained a part of American currency ever since, with some design alterations occurring throughout the decades. By the time 1988 arrived, the Jefferson nickel had been a staple in American coinage for 50 years. While the basic design had remained consistent, various subtle changes and adjustments had occurred over the years. In 1988, the design still featured the left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, accompanied by the inscriptions "In God We Trust" to the left and "Liberty," along with the year 1988 to the right. The reverse showcased the iconic image of Monticello with the words "E Pluribus Unum" at the top, Monticello in the center, and 5 cents and United States of America at the bottom. The 1988 5-cent coin was struck at two major U.S. mint facilities, Philadelphia and Denver. Coins from Philadelphia carry no mint mark or bear a P mint mark, while those from Denver are marked with a D. These coins were minted primarily for circulation, although proof versions were also created at the San Francisco Mint bearing an S mint mark for collectors. One key aspect of the 1988 5-cent coin lies in its composition and dimensions. The coin was made of a cupronickel alloy, 75% copper and 25% nickel, and weighed 5.00 grams, with a diameter of 21.2 millimeters and a plain edge. This composition had been standard since the end of World War II, when the Mint returned to using nickel after briefly removing it from the alloy during wartime due to material shortages. From a design standpoint, the 1988 5-cent coin continued to honor the original artistic vision of Felix Schlag, albeit with changes to his initials. Interestingly, Schlag's initials were not included on the coin until 1966, when FS was added to the obverse in recognition of his contribution. By 1988, these initials were a standard element of the design and a subtle tribute to the man who crafted one of America's most enduring coin designs. Collectors are often drawn to specific mint errors and varieties, and the 1988 Jefferson nickel is no exception. While most examples are standard, some notable errors and anomalies can significantly impact a coin's value. These may include double die obverse or reverse varieties, off-center strikes, die cracks, and other minting mishaps. Such coins are highly sought after by numismatists for their uniqueness and rarity. In evaluating the value of a 1988 5-cent coin, one must consider factors such as condition or grade, mint mark, and the presence of any errors. Coins in heavily circulated condition generally retain only their face value of 5 cents. However, uncirculated or mint state specimens, especially those graded MS-65 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, can command higher prices. A flawless example with brilliant luster and no contact marks can attract the attention of collectors willing to pay a premium. Another significant aspect of coin value is the proof version. Proof coins are specially made for collectors, struck using polished dies and planchets to create sharp details and mirror-like finishes. A 1988 S-proof nickel, particularly one graded PR69 or PR70 deep cameo, can be of considerable interest to collectors. These coins are typically found in proof sets sold by the U.S. Mint and can fetch significantly more than face value. Beyond individual coins, complete sets including the 1988 issue are popular among collectors. Jefferson nickel enthusiasts often strive to collect every year and mint mark combination, and a well-preserved 1988 coin is a necessary piece of that puzzle. Additionally, coins with unique toning or eye appeal can further enhance value, as collectors are often drawn to coins with distinctive coloration or appearance. The Jefferson nickel also holds historical importance beyond its face value. Featuring one of America's founding fathers, it serves as a daily reminder of Thomas Jefferson's contributions to the country. As the principal author of the Declaration of Independence and the third President of the United States, Jefferson's legacy is deeply embedded in American identity. His inclusion on the coin underscores the reverence and respect the nation holds for its foundational figures. Moreover, Monticello, prominently displayed on the reverse, is not just a symbol of Jefferson's personal residence but also a representation of American architectural ingenuity. It connects the coin to a tangible place steeped in history, one that is preserved and visited by thousands of people annually. This combination of iconic portraiture and historical architecture ensures that the design of the 1988 nickel remains significant and aesthetically pleasing. The cultural and educational value of coins like the 1988 5-cent piece cannot be overstated. They serve as tools for teaching history, economics, and art. Children and adults alike learn about the past and develop an appreciation for numismatics through the simple act of examining pocket change. Coin collecting has sparked lifelong passions and careers, and coins such as the 1988 nickel play a vital role in fostering that interest. In terms of population, the mintage numbers for the 1988 Jefferson nickel are substantial. The Philadelphia Mint produced hundreds of millions of these coins, while the Denver Mint contributed a similarly large quantity. This means that most 1988 nickels are common and accessible. However, finding one in pristine condition or with an interesting error is considerably less common and is where the true value lies. For modern collectors, the hunt for high-grade examples and rare varieties is part of the excitement. Certified coins from reputable grading services offer assurance in authenticity and grade, making them more desirable and easier to trade or sell. Online marketplaces, auctions, and coin shows are filled with activity around Jefferson nickels. With the 1988 version being a familiar and recognizable face, as we reflect on the multifaceted story of the 1988 United States 5-cent coin, it becomes clear that it is far more than a simple piece of metal. It is a miniature canvas bearing the story of America, from its leadership to its architecture, from its minting craftsmanship to its role in everyday commerce. For both seasoned collectors and casual enthusiasts, the 1988 nickel represents an opportunity to connect with history, to discover something new, and perhaps even to uncover hidden value. And speaking of value, while the vast majority of 1988 5-cent coins hold their standard face value, exceptional pieces, those with rare errors, high grades, or proof qualities, can be worth significantly more. As of current collector interest and recent auction records, an uncirculated, flawless example or one with notable mint errors can fetch prices ranging from $5,000 to $88,000, depending on the rarity and condition. Thus, the 1988 5-cent coin remains a fascinating piece of American numismatic heritage, its value not only measured in dollars but also in the stories it tells and the history it carries in the palm of your hand.